What's up, y'all? Welcome to Country with Noah. Today I am going to be reviewing Mayor of Kingstown Season 4, Episode 1. Oh my god, we are starting off super well with this season. So if you don't know what Mayor of Kingstown is, it is a Taylor Sheridan created show where it focuses on the McCleskey family. Now, in particular, Mike McCleskey, played by Jeremy Renner. And this show focuses on a small town that has like 7 or 8 prisons in it. And Mayor of Kingstown, I would say it's Taylor's like third or second best show after like Yellowstone. Right? That's how good I think this is. Right? And so Mike is a middleman between like the prison people, so like the prison warden, the prison guards, and like the criminal element of the town, right? And the end of season 3 was insane, bro. So Mike's the middleman, right? But at the end of season 3, like, they had this arc in last season where the SWAT commander was going kind of nuts and just killing people for the sake of killing people, right? So Mike's brother, Kyle, shot the SWAT commander because he was about to kill a kid, right? So Mike's brother, Kyle, has to go to jail, right, for 2 years. Mike has a lot of power, that's why people call him the Mayor of Kingstown, but he can't defend everything, right? So, episode 1 of season 4 picks up right after the ending of season 3. And Mike used to have sex with the district attorney, Evelyn, and he's like, what can you do? And she's like, you either give me Robert, or Robert's the guy that's the SWAT commander, or your brother has to take the fall for him. And why Mike can't just give her Robert is because Mike's family, the McCleskey family, before the Mayor of Kingstown was Mike's job, it was Mitch's job. And Mitch was Kyle's brother who got killed in the first episode of season 1. So Mike has been doing the Mayor of Kingstown job for like 3 years at this point, almost 4 years, right? And but Robert, because Mike is the middleman between the criminals and the cops, he gets the cops to do things that, let's just say, are a little or a lot of shady, right? And like I would consider Mike McCleskey, like, he's a good person, but he's more of an anti-hero than a straight up hero, right? And what happens is, so episode 1 is basically putting in the preparations so that Kyle's protected in jail, right? So Mike calls in all of his favors. So he has the leader of the Crips, Bunny. Bunny has a guy inside named Raphael, and Raphael is like the Crip leader in the prisons, right? So he's like, Bunny, you protect my brother. I owe you for life or whatever, right? And what I mean by owe is, usually you have to pay Mike to sort out your problems, right? But last season, the warden Kareem died. So we get the new warden revealed in this episode, played by Edie Falco. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Great actress. And she, let's just say, she doesn't tolerate like being pushed around. Like, usually usually Mike is like I told you, Mike has all the power in Mayor of Kingstown, or not all the power, but most of the power in Mayor in Kingstown, right? Um, and he's used to like telling people what to do, and then they do it, right? Or else they get hurt, right? And this warden is gonna be a great foil and antagonist for Mike. I can tell that by the first episode. Like he's like, you make sure my brother's protected, or there will be consequences, right? Because Mike, like, because he's a middleman between the cops and the um, prisoners and the gangs and stuff, he can he can inset he can start a prison riot basically if he if he tells the criminals, hey, right, he can start a prison riot. So, but this new warden doesn't take Mike's shit kindly. Like he's like, at first he's like super nice about it, like, hey, if you have an issue, if your guards are being dicks, I can I can help you. I can I can do this. And then she's like, why would I need your help? This is my prison. This isn't your prison. Because Mike, it's been Mike's prison basically for 3 years, right? Right? Because Mike has all the power because he used to control Kareem, right? Or make Kareem do things for him, right? This warden, I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. So, that it's gonna be a very interesting relationship between them two, and yeah. So, and then we get a lot of new characters. So we get the King of Detroit, um, who literally used a train to cut somebody's head off. Like he ran over somebody with a train. So that's how dark and vicious he is. And then we get this new rookie cop um, that has a bunch of kids at home, and um, she's like put on Kyle's protection detail, right? Because Kyle is a cop too. I don't know if I mentioned that. Kyle is a cop too, so obviously cops in prison doesn't mix very well. So, yeah, um, but at the end of the episode, things go to shit, bro. There's a big gun battle where Bunny gets almost killed, and then um, there is and then Kyle is getting walked to his cell, right? Not by one of Mike's guys, but by one of like the new cops that Mike doesn't know, and obviously Kyle's a cop, so inmates start to attack Kyle, and Kyle gets the shit beat out of him. He gets the shit beat out of him, and he refuses to go to the infirmary. And Mike tells him, "Hey, you stay in your cell. You only have to stay here for 6 months, right?" Um, and then he tells the DA, Evelyn, "You are dead to me." Right, so I'm very interested to see what happens with her character, right? But yeah, like the ending of the episode, Mike finds out about his brother getting seriously hurt, and he's like, "Damn it, what?" Like, and the performance in that scene, the performance in this whole, the cast in this whole episode is incredibly acted, bro. Like, I would give this episode like a 9 out of 10. I told you guys, Taylor Sheridan will be a pillar of this channel for the rest of my life. Doesn't matter what show it is, doesn't matter what movie it is, doesn't matter if he gets into video games at some point, doesn't matter what it is, I will be there to cover it. Whatever show, whatever movie, whatever video game, whatever thing he develops, I will be there to cover it for the rest of my life. And so I will be covering Mayor of Kingstown week to week to week to week until it finishes. And yeah, I don't know what day Mayor of Kingstown airs. I think it's on Saturdays, but I don't want to swear to that. But I will be covering Mayor of Kingstown week to week to week to week on this channel. So yeah, thank y'all so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day.